it comes back to what I said earlier. That's a lot of people and companies think tech first. We want to be agentic. We want to be AI native, AI first, and
Yeah,
they don't think problem first.
yeah,
And that's the biggest challenge because companies are in different stages of their data digital transformation,
hmm
and you can't build agentic solution if you don't have the data pipelines or some automation in place.
Welcome to CUB Spotlight. Today, I'm sitting down with Alex, the founder of Sigma Services. She's turning business problems into working AI solutions without needing a full data science team. Basically, vibe coding for real results. In this episode, we unpack how she actually builds these systems, the gap between AI hype and reality, and what most businesses get wrong when they try to implement it. If you're building something in the trenches, if you're building something and want unfiltered conversations with people who are in the trenches, this one is for you. Well, firstly, welcome to CUB Spotlight. I
Thank
appreciate you
you.
jumping on. Appreciate you jumping on. So obviously, especially from Brisbane, considering I'm down here in Melbourne trying to figure out this whole thing. So, so
Yeah, this is
okay.
first time I'm doing podcast. It's something that was recommended for me to do. To everything you do, you need to be now, building personal brand and all of that. So I'm all new to that. So this is my very first podcast.
Well, awesome.
And yeah, you have the
Well,
honor.
absolutely. Well, I gladly take the honor, and yeah, first time for everything. Hey,
Yeah, that's right.
awesome,
So what
awesome.
do you do? What's your vision with this podcast? What's the purpose?
So my purpose is that I love hearing stories from other people because everyone loves to hear a great story, and basically my job is to basically translate that into media, so digital media, to see way more people get a chance to see it and to see what you do, because you might only have like a very specific type of audience that might know what you do, wherever when it's put out to like the online world, there's a massive surge in people that actually see
Mhm.
what you do, know who you are. It's all about brand awareness, realistically.
Yeah,
And so
absolutely.
yeah, so the whole goal with this is that I it's basically it's all about the guests. So for today, it's all about you and only you, right? And so you have a story to tell, which by our text messages, you definitely have a story to tell, which I love, considering the topic. And so by hearing all of those vast ranges of topics and discussions, like to me, like that, it's like it makes me happy to hear it because it's something that I can
Hmm.
relate to. It's something that the person on the receiving end can also relate to. And in turn, it's more or less it's free value at like, at your expense that you get to use. So and by doing that, it's like if people see that it's a valuable thing or valuable item that they see it being, then obviously, down the track it could even turn into, an actual, partnership or whatever it might be, actual relationship. Who knows? Who knows? The sky's the limit, basically.
Hmm.
So anything could happen. And so that's my goal. That's my goal to get people that
All
I
right,
don't,
perfect.
yeah, to get people I don't know to get to know them, to get to see how they work, why they work, get to see from where they started to where they are now, and just to understand their why. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, sounds good. Let's kick off.
Yeah, oh, awesome. So basically, I'll intro if you don't mind me. So basically, people who don't know you, obviously, Alex, you're the founder of Sigma Services, and where she basically acts as a vibe coding agent, helping businesses turn their ideas into actual working AI solutions from prototype to real ROI. And obviously, you've been deep in the AI game across, multiple industries, multiple different industries. And yeah, look, I'm just genuinely curious to unpack it and to how to see how you actually make this stuff work in the real world, not just the hype version that we all see on LinkedIn nowadays. So yeah, that's all right. So with the intro being,
Thanks for the intro.
of course, of course, of course, we'll do our best. We'll do our best. So, walk me through Sigma services.
Yeah, so Sigma Services is vibe coding, as you say, like lovable, but it
Mhm,
specializes for data science and machine learning applications.
mhm,
So any type of AI that's related to predicting the outcome. Let's say you have list of your past customers. You want to predict which ones are probably going to leave, so
Yeah.
you can prevent that and reach out to them. So that's the kind of stuff it can predict.
Yeah.
And yeah, you talk to it like you would talk to ChatGPT, describe your
Hmm.
problem, give it data, and it goes and builds the solution for you, guides you through the steps, how to deploy it and use it.
Hmm. No, awesome. Awesome. No, I love to hear that. How how much has AI been an impact for what you do as a founder and a business owner?
Oh, huge. Well, I come from consultancy backgrounds.
Yeah.
So I've been building custom AI solutions for nearly 10 years,
Hmm.
and it changed a lot. The type of work that I do changed. And also, I had this vision to enable or bring AI closer to everyday users for a long time. And in the past, building something like this would be really complicated. I would have to consider every single use case, how
Hmm.
that's going to be approached. But with large language models and agents, it makes it a lot easier because the AI can figure out what type of problem it is, how we're going to approach it. And now I can just give it my years of experience, how I would go about the AI project and solving the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's definitely like in terms of problem solving, AI is very like a freakishly smart like tool when it comes to obviously solving problems because whether it be everyday problems to business problems, it's like I'd assume that that would be a huge for you especially, it would be a huge leverage compared to other people.
Yeah, that's right. And it evolved so much from the first version of ChatGPT
Yeah.
to
Oh
what
yeah.
it is now and what it can do. If done correctly, if implemented correctly, it can be so powerful. And for specific use cases, it can provide a lot of value. So what we have access to is general models,
Yeah.
and provides general information. But if you empower it with your data, with your information, knowledge, and what do you want to get out of it, it can get a lot more powerful.
100%, 100%. What I'm curious to know actually is what sort of AI tools do you use throughout your day-to-day business?
So I use ChatGPT for brainstorming. I use it
Yeah.
as my co-founder, partner in crime.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then I use Lovable to build front end, like websites, landing page, stuff
Mhm.
like that. And then when I build Sigma services, I build in AWS using Strands agentic framework, and for
Okay.
model I use Claude.
Yes, Claude is such a big contributor to a lot of people these days, especially Claude Code, considering like for example, you'll have someone who doesn't know anything about, AI and they'll use Claude, for example, in Claude Code and they can build something within like a few hours and the
Yeah.
results, for example, are astronomical, insane compared to years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. In the past, you would have to hire someone to build you a prototype. It would take weeks, and you don't know if they're going to deliver on the outcome. You would have to have quite a budget
Yeah.
to even build your MVP. Now, we build MVPs from our homes, you just need a laptop and
Yeah.
a couple of $100, maybe not even that, to build something useful.
Yeah.
But to then productionize it, that's the next step. Sometimes it doesn't quite translate
Yeah.
to production ready applications.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I feel like there's always that breach between, let's say, the gap between like someone being well versed in the AI space versus someone who knows nothing about it. And I feel like, do you believe in regulation for AI between everyone who uses it?
Oh, regulation in what way?
So regulation in terms of you allow it to have a certain amount of power over what you do versus you letting it do everything for you. So basically, you give it a task and
Mm.
you give it as little information as possible and you see what it does versus someone who gives it as much information as possible and says, I only want you to do this, this, and this. Everything else, I will do.
I think, when we talk regulation, I think education is more
Mhm.
powerful than regulation, like educating people how to use it, how to make the best out of it, get the
Mhm.
best outcomes,
Mhm.
understand the risks that when you share anything with ChatGPT or your closed web app interface, it can, treat it as public information as you post on social media. It's no longer your content, right?
Yeah.
So it's same with the chatbots. So yeah, I think educating people, empowering them with knowledge is
Mm.
better than regulating it. Because
Mm.
if it's regulation that doesn't make sense to people, they will find ways around it.
Yeah. Yeah. That people will always be sneaky no matter what. So awesome.
Yeah,
So
that's right. You see it in companies, they sometimes ban access to certain chat models,
mm,
chat AI interfaces, but
yeah,
people find ways around it because it makes their life easier. And if it makes their life easier, they'll use it because
yeah.
convenience is powerful.
100%, 100%. How convenient do you find like AI in, I believe we touched on this just before. However, I want to go deep into it more again. Like the efficiency and convenience that comes with AI, like how do you find that between people who do it like everything manually, like automation wise, for example?
And how powerful I find it in, well, it's it can be it can be tricky downhill. I think, like, yeah, you touched on it. Like, if we give it everything to do for
Mm,
us, we risk that we miss things. It will make decisions that we may not agree with, and we wouldn't even know it made those decisions. We don't know how it came to do those decisions.
yeah.
And also, there is missed opportunity for learning.
Hmm.
For us, in the process, we learn a lot.
Hmm.
Uh, on the other hand, if there is a process that you hate doing and is routine and you do it every day, it's great to give it to AI. So I think we just need to be picky
Hmm.
or understand, like, what are the type of problems and tasks that we should be handing over
Yeah.
and those that do require our attention.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's such a huge thing. Like requiring attention for regulation, all that type of stuff. And yeah, just knowing what it's best for and knowing like how it can obviously make your life easier, which would
Yeah,
save so much time. It's a huge time save at the end of the day, realistically. So,
it is. And this is a problem I see companies and individuals
mm,
doing or chasing the latest, shiniest AI tool
yeah.
instead of thinking, what is my problem? What is my inefficiency? Or where is my team losing most time?
Mm,
And, so thinking problem first, and then what is the best tool to solve it with, rather than, oh, open clock and hook up to my emails and reply to everything.
yeah.
It's, should it though?
Yeah. Oh, 100%, 100%. So, one of the questions that I would love to get deep into is basically because you describe yourself as a vibe coding agent, right? For rapid AI prototyping. I want you to explain to me, like, what does that actually mean in practice, and how is it basically different from traditional AI consulting?
Yes, basically building duplicate of me, and how it's bringing AI solutions closer to people. In the past, you would have to hire AI consultants, and usually, as AI consultant, I did this 10-day discovery where you get familiar with the business problem, understand what data is available, and then building a solution,
Mhm.
that shows the business the baseline outcome, the baseline accuracy they can get out of it,
Mhm.
and advises, like, what are the next steps if you want to move forward with a full scale project. This is what you need to do. Maybe you need to collect more data. This is the expected ROI, and so on. So it basically cuts down this whole process to minutes, and you don't have to hire data scientists. You can literally dip your toes in AI waters to see if it works for you for very little time and money investments, and then take the outcome produced by the Sigma Mind and talk to your team whether this is something you want to go ahead with, whether it makes sense,
Mm.
what is required data wise, skill wise to deploy it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's making it a lot more accessible to people. Like you go to Lovable to build your website, you can go to Sigma Mind to build your custom AI solution.
Yeah, wow. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy to think about. It's really cool though because in a way it's like going back to the regulation part, you would save so much time by doing it, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Mm. Mm. Do you feel like that's the main reason why, like for example, obviously you're the professional in your field at what you do. Is that what people notice when you run them through exactly what the process is and what the systems are?
If I notice what, sorry?
So if you notice, like for example, when people come to you as being the professional in your field for obviously what you do you find it that they understand that obviously it's going to save them a lot of time when they have everything set up, or is that something that you have to walk them through?
Uh, I think that's the easy part to understand. You know,
Yeah,
people love to hear that it's convenient, it's
yeah,
easy to use. Um, and I think it's better way in this case because, you know, building these custom AI solutions that does require a lot of experience, expertise,
hmm,
and it's sometimes challenging even for me to translate it in business terms because I'm a
yeah,
technical person and I need to translate it in the terms that wider business understands.
yeah,
And this AI models can do it so well. You know, we
mm,
tell them who's your target audience, and they can adjust the outputs based on that.
yeah, yeah, no, absolutely. No, that's awesome to hear. It's awesome to hear that you walk them through it, and obviously they understand what the whole process is. So I love that. The next question that I've got, and this one I'm excited about. So you focus on translating business knowledge into practical AI outcomes. What do you find is the biggest gap you see between what business owners think AI can do versus what it actually delivers at the end of the day?
Oh, I love this question. I love this question, and it comes back to what I said earlier. That's a lot of people and companies think tech first. We want to be agentic, we want to be AI native, AI first, and
Yeah,
you know, they don't think problem first.
yeah,
And that's the biggest challenge because companies are in different stages of their data digital transformation,
hmm,
and you can't build agentic solution if you don't have the data pipelines or some automation in place.
hmm,
I mean, depends case by case, but
yeah,
you know, they should be thinking what is the problem that we want to solve, and then what is the technology that we want to solve it with.
mm, mm.
Um, yeah, what was the question? I'm not sure I answer
That's
it.
okay. No, that's all right. Yeah, I'll run through it again. So basically, it was just because you focus on translating business knowledge into practical AI outcomes, and then basically
Yes.
the gap between that you see between business owners thinking what they think it can do from what they know versus what it actually delivers from like the delivery standpoint.
Yeah, I think with because AI works like a magic on a surface, they
Yeah,
often don't understand the layers underneath, you know, that it needs tools to be connected and CPS service set up, knowledge base and all of that.
yeah,
I think they often imagine that it's a lot easier or simpler than it actually is to build
yeah, mm,
for specific purpose.
mm. Yeah,
Yeah, so it
absolutely.
takes some learning to explain that.
Oh, of course, absolutely. Well, I feel like the learning comes from because then again, AI learns from us because we give it the information that it needs, and so without us, it basically has like practically nothing to work on whatsoever.
That's right. Well, and what we're gonna do in a few years with most of the content will be produced by AI.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Well, from learning from our end at least, so without us. So my next question is because so you started Sigma Services in 2021, that's correct?
Yes, Sigma Services is the consultancy,
Yeah.
and I've been working on Sigma Mind for less than a year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
wow.
like a spare time project.
Yeah. That's incredible. That's
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah. Almost
So,
ready to launch it. Very excited for it.
oh, that'll be cool. How long till that's happening?
Every week I say next week.
Yeah.
So next week, stay tuned.
Yeah. I'm ready for it. I keen to see how it goes. So, on rest to that question, what made you at the time when you launched it, let's say obviously when you did, so you launched Sigma Services in 2021 or you founded it in 2021?
I found it in 2021.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So what made you want to go all in on AI at that time? And what's been the most surprising thing that you've learned since then?
Right. So I've been doing AI before that.
Okay.
So since I finished PhD in data science 2017, I worked on different projects in AI, then worked in consultancy for 2 something years for another consultancy.
Yeah.
And then I decided to start my own consultancy basically in 2021.
Hmm.
That's Sigma Services. And what I learned is that I like to see the projects through. Um, Within consultancy space, often you start on a project and it has certain timeline, and then you finish, you don't see how it's being used in production.
Yeah.
Um, and often it's not leave it and it's gonna run perfectly forever. It needs going back, tweaking.
Hmm.
And I don't get to see that as consultant.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I decided to build my own products, Sigma Mind,
Hmm.
which I can build the way I want to. I can see it through, put it in production, see how people are gonna use it. Hopefully, they're gonna love it,
Yeah.
and yeah, built on that.
Absolutely. What are you in preparation? What are you doing to make sure that people have like one of the greatest, or let's say the best experiences with it when it does launch?
The UX needs to be easy to understand
Yeah.
and easy to use. The front end needs to be intuitive. Um, no explanation needed. Basically, just talk to it, and it will solve your AI problem. It needs to
Yeah.
be seamless.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that you put the word seamless in there because it's definitely a contributing factor to it, 100%. Like, are those what you listed then, like, do you find those are the fundamentals to what makes it a great experience for a person using it?
I think it's a great first step. So that's how you get people to use it. But then the second step would be to build that trust that it's actually doing what it says it's doing, and the solution that it produces you can use and rely on. And the third layer will be the security because it will consume people's data, it will be
Mm,
deploying the solutions. They need to trust that their data is handled securely, stored securely,
mhm.
um, that their conversation is separate from everybody else's conversation and it's private
Yeah,
to them. So yeah, security is great component. That's like underlying layer
that's like
behind all of
baseline.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, awesome. So another great question I've got for you. I've got so many. This is exciting. So when you're building custom AI solutions, how do you balance, let's say, how do you balance speed and like rapid prototyping, for example, with actually delivering measurable ROI for your clients?
Well, because Sigma Mind does all of that. And this is another beauty of AI, that it can do so much more, a
Mhm.
lot faster than we can. If I had to go and build that code, it would take me a couple days, but AI can just churn quickly through solutions to find the optimal one
Mhm.
and can give you the best outcome for your use case real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. No, nice. That's
So I think
incredible.
that's a game changer.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely sounds like a game changer, especially for the industry that you're in, 100%. So, which is good. So, next one is everyone knows people who know AI, people who versus people who aren't well versed in it. They know AI is basically everything right now. Like it's everyone talks about it. Every single person on the street knows about it. So, a lot of it is being hyped up to what's it not
Is
like
AI
so
a bubble?
yeah. Yeah. So because so much is being hyped up, right? Like how would you find like how do you cut through the noise and help businesses figure out what's actually worth building versus those people who are just like, "Oh, I think this is cool," versus something that's like, "Well, I need it. Well, this is actually what's going to be useful for you."
Yeah, this is absolutely a great question, and it comes back to asking what is the problem to solve first.
Mm,
I think a lot of companies feel pressure to innovate. They want to tell their stakeholders they're using AI,
mhm,
but they should put that aside and think, what are the inefficiencies in our team? Where are we losing time? Where are we losing money?
mm,
Do we have to constantly follow up with our customers?
mhm.
Is that a manual process? That can be all automated. And now with AI, it can be automated with smart um, embedded into it, that decision making. It used to be very rule-based, rigid. Now AI can make those decisions and automate your processes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's incredible. That's
So
incredible.
yeah, think problem first, not technology
Think proper,
first.
yeah, think proper first. No, it's very true. It's very true. That's how you actually cut through all of the hype of AI at the end of the day. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah. So, you work with businesses across multiple industries. And so, what's the one common mistake that you see founders make when they try to implement AI?
What's the one common mistake? These days it's just burning through tokens like there is
Yeah.
no tomorrow, and very few people understand how the tokens are um, used in the context window.
Hmm.
I actually recently posted about this on LinkedIn,
Yeah.
how the context window can accumulate.
Hmm.
And it's not just linear, it's almost exponential. Um, and it gets worse the longer your conversation goes,
Hmm.
because everything that you ask it and all the outputs gets processed again with your next question. So the longer
Mm.
you have one conversation, the bigger that your context is, the more tokens it consumes, and the more you pay for
Oh,
it.
yeah. Wow. That's interesting. I didn't even know that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because
So if you
how,
have,
go ahead.
yeah. So if you have different topic, if you can separate those thoughts or topics if they are unrelated, start new session. It will
Yeah.
cost you a lot less than continuing in the same session with new thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah, wow. See, I never even thought about that. I never even thought about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, wow.
I
It's
hear teams and people just running out of tokens all the time, and I'm like, how? And it's because, they just ask it basic questions. Another thing that you can do is batching your prompt. So give it multiple instructions
mhm.
in one prompt, and if there are simple instructions, if it's your process what you need to solve is very complicated, and I'm talking like maybe physics level problem complicated,
Yep.
it's better to break it down. But if it's simple instructions, no, put it in one prompt.
Yeah. That's very true. That's very true. See, you've given me something to learn on today. I love that. I love that. That's
I'm
awesome. So,
glad. That's
yeah,
good.
no, thank you. No, awesome. So, the second closing question for this, because we'll wrap this up. So basically, for example, I'm a business owner and I have zero technical background and I want to start with AI in my company. Like let's say tomorrow, I want to get like hit the ground running. What would you say is the single most important thing that I should focus on first before I do that?
Mm. So yeah, I would need to know more about the company, but generally, um, collect the data. I
Mhm.
think that's gonna structure data is gold for any AI. The more data you have, the more context you can give the AI about you, your company, what you need to do.
Mm.
Um, and the easier it will be for you to customize AI for your use case.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's also giving me another thing to think about. So I love it. Oh, awesome. And
That's great.
the closing question is, are you proud of how far you've come today?
Yes, I am proud, and I'm excited for the future as well, how far I can take it.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that. So closing us off, where should people find you if they're interested in what you do, services wise?
Yes, it's either LinkedIn, so my name, Dr. Alexandra Posoldova, or it's sigmaservices.io, that's for the consultancy. And for the Sigma Mind that's going to launch next week, it's sigma-mind.com.
Awesome. Only 7 days from now. Keen to see it.
That's right.
No, awesome.
And if
Well, look,
this goes live next week, it will be, a week from then.
I'm well, when I see it, I'll be like, she told me about this. I knew about this. She told me about it. No, awesome. Well, Alex, look, I want to thank you so much. I really appreciate you accepting the offer and the opportunity. Thank you so much. And
My
yeah,
pleasure.
it's been an absolute pleasure having you on.
Yeah, it's been great. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, amazing host. Yeah,
Oh,
thank you. This
I
was a
appreciate it. I
blast.
appreciate it. No, awesome. Awesome.